Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope y'all doing good, family. I just saw something um about a half hour ago before I did my last video, maybe about 15 minutes before I did my last video. A good brother of mine, shout out to you, brother, for sharing that on Facebook. Good brother of mine, and he know who he is, shared a post on Facebook that Netflix is releasing an animated reboot of the TV show Good Times. Let me repeat what I just said. On next month, Netflix is releasing an animated reboot of the TV show Good Times from the 1970s. I'm not making this up. I wouldn't dare to or care to. Are you freaking kidding me? And I'm trying to be PG-13 on about this. Seriously, seriously. These devils will do anything for a dollar. We know Good Times, the Evans family, those of us who are old enough to remember or who have watched the reruns, they were a family of five: father, mother, three children. JJ was the oldest, James Evans Jr., Thelma, and then Michael was the youngest. James Evans Sr. was the father, Florida, his wife, was the mother. Then you had Walona, the neighbor across the hall. And later, when they killed James off, the father, funny how they did that, right? Um, then you had Janet Jackson come in, and then later Thelma got married, and then you had the what's the not the janitor, what was he? The Bookman. They added him in the show. He was guest starring, but that was the premise of it. But the basis of the show was that they were struggling to survive day in and day out, day in and day out. Just when they thought they finally had a breakthrough, bam, reality hit them. Something else happened. And then Florida will always say, well, this wasn't meant to be, James. There's gonna be another opportunity for us. Now this is a TV, this is a cartoon. You making a cartoon about black struggle? These devils will do anything for a goddamn dollar. And the brother of mine that shared this post told me they're going to have an animated character of Norman Lear. Norman Lear passed away back in December. So now this culture vulture's legacy is going to continue on. And I'm curious to know, is Norman Norman Lear's estate going to benefit off of this? It wouldn't surprise me if they are. It would not surprise me in the least bit. These devils are sick. They are sick. They're sick. Why? I mean, seriously, seriously, seriously. Since they always like to put black people in ghettos, like, ghettos are for black people. That they always, that's the stigma, that when you think ghetto, you think black people. But the word ghetto actually is a Jewish word, and it's where Jewish people lived, where Jews lived. Could you imagine them doing a show with a family of five, a Jewish family of five, Jewish father, mother, three children. They lived in the ghetto, since the word comes from them, and they were the ones who occupy ghettos. They struggled, they couldn't make it. And then 50 years later, let's do a cartoon about it. Do y'all think that would fly? Or if it was a family of five who were Asian, They struggled. They lived in a hood or the ghetto. And then 50 years later, they decide, hmm, let's do a cartoon about this. You think that'll fly? Insert whatever ethnic group you want. But yet and still, they do it to us. And what's sad, many of us will watch this bullshit because toxicity sells, garbage sells. It sells big time. A good brother of mine just said that the same one that shared the post, he said that they always like to do reboots. People want to see a Martin reboot. They want to see another Friday movie. They want to see a reboot of this, reboot of that. Why not reboot positive shows like A Different World? Or, or, oh, another thing he mentioned before I get into what I was about to say, another thing he mentioned, they don't have new ideas. They don't want new ideas about positive shows, positive black shows. They don't want that. They shoot it down. They shoot it down. What I was about to say is instead of doing A Different World reboot, why not have the child of Dwayne and Whitley, kind of continue the legacy on from the class of Human. Dwayne, I don't know if they had a daughter, a son, or daughter, but their child's legacy, and then the new generation of Hillman, have it continue on. And you also continue on with the Cosby Show. And then you bring on the old characters on this show. So it's not really a reboot. It's just a newer version of Different World, but you bring in the old cast members. We know Mr. Gaines passed away years ago. Or do a show with Dwayne with Kadeem Hardison and Jasmine Guy, not as Dwayne and Whitley, but as a married couple. That's in their early 60s. Do a show with Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell, not as Martin and Gina, but as a married couple. And then you bring in characters from the show Martin, like Pam and Cole, and with Kadeem Hardison and Jasmine Guy, you bring in what's her name, Cree Summer, Daryl Bell, who played Ron, his best friend, and what's the sister that played Kim Reese? Charlene Brown. That's a new show all in itself, but you're bringing in characters from an old show into a new show. But people want to be stuck on this thing. They need to do another Friday. They didn't need to do another Friday. Ice Cube is tired of Friday. There is going to be any more Friday movies. That's done and played out. Chris Tucker is in his early 50s. He can't play Smokey. Mike Epps is in his 50s. He don't want to play Day Day. He probably don't even want to play Day Day. Cube don't want to play Craig. John Witherspoon, rest in power. He's gone. So Family Matters where it's supposed to be without Urkel. Yeah, people probably want to reboot of Family Matters, but do a show with Jaleel White and the sister that played Laura Winslow. Do a show with them as a married couple, not as Family Matters, and bring in Reginald Vell Johnson, who played Carl Winslow, as like a neighbor or like a super. That's what Bookman played. Bookman was the super. They called him Buffalo Butt. But yeah, bring in Carl Winslow as the super of their building. That would be a great show. It's not a reboot of Family Matters. It's two different characters on a different show. But you brought in an old character from that show. They don't think that way. They don't think. They want to reboot garbage. Reboot, reboot, reboot. Shows that should have been rebooted a long time ago. Living Single, Different World. They want to reboot. Have y'all noticed they always want to reboot these silly ass shows? A Different World taught us that we could be thinkers, go to black colleges. Dwayne Wayne was an engineer. We could be thinkers. Positive shows. Living Single. They all were business minded. And guess what? Khadijah allowed her cousin to come from Minnesota to Brooklyn to live with her. And her cousin was an aspiring actress who wanted to do something on her own. But her cousin worked with her too. And her cousin worked with her. Overton was like the super. Kyle, which was my favorite character, was a brother on Wall Street. That brother was in suits and ties and telling people to invest their money, to invest in the stock market. He was doing that in the early 90s. Maxine was an attorney. Regine was a wedding design coordinator, a fashionista. But they all had their thing. They all were business minded. They don't want to reboot that. They don't want to reboot Living Single or A Different World, but they want to reboot Martin. Or like I heard a reboot of the Parkers. You're right. They don't want them to be empowered. They want them to be sunk in the they want them to be sunk in a sunken place. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But they're doing a cartoon about black struggle. I would not dare make this up. I would not care to. And we know what happened on Good Times after season 3. They killed off the father, James Evans Sr., who was a strong black man. They killed him off. And they uplifted JJ, a buffoon, kid, dynamite, a dynamite. What can I say? What can I say? A buffoon. It was so bad on Good Times that John Amos, who played James Evans Sr., left. The lady that played Florida Evans, Esther Rolle, she left. They got tired of the buffoonery. She came back in the last season. Yeah, Esther Rolle came back that last season to finish the season out, to finish the series off. But she left too. They got tired of the buffoonery of the JJ character. The boy couldn't read. He got fired from every job he had. He was a clown. They loved that. And now they're making it into a cartoon series. It's like Good Times, okay, it was in the 70s. It should have been kept there. It was on from 1974 to 1979. Let's keep it there. Don't bring it back to the 2020s. Oh, is that right? JJ is LG. Oh, I didn't know that. I know he dated Jimmy Walker, who played JJ. Jimmy Walker years ago was dating what's her name? Oh my God, that conservative white woman, Ann Coulter. I know he was dating Ann Coulter. That was big news. That was maybe about 10, 12 years ago. Him and Ann Coulter had a thing going on. Ugh, ugh. But whatever. Whatever boat should float, like a coworker of mine used to say years ago. Oh, my bad, my bad. Oh, okay, my bad, man. My apologies. JJ is playing LGBTQ in the series. What? That's what you heard. Is that right? My apologies for the confusion, brother. My apologies. JJ playing LGP. Wow. They throwing that out there? These devils are sick. They are sick. JJ, they have to throw that. They have to throw that injured out there, don't they? They have to throw it out there. Got to throw it out there. Throw it out there. Even though it was never even conceived in 1974. They did that with the Fresh Prince series. They did that in the Fresh Prince series, the reboot. They made Ashley LGBTQ. And she was boy crazy in the Fresh Prince series, the original. She was boy crazy. But in the reboot on Peacock, she's LGBTQ. They just got to throw it out there. They got to throw it out there. Throw that agenda out there. Wow. But you know what? That's a rumor you heard. It may be true. It may be true. It's possible. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what? We need to boycott Netflix. Boycott them. Hashtag boycott Netflix. Make that go viral. Make this video go viral. And then once y'all make it go viral, afterwards put hashtag boycott Netflix. This is ridiculous. It's sick. They gotta put this sickness in the cartoons for our children and then call it entertainment. It's bad enough the struggle, the black struggle is an animated series, but you got to throw the LGBTQ plus agenda in there too. In the cartoon, and the messenger was right, and many of us did not listen, brother. The messenger was absolutely right. Everything that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said is coming to true. It's coming to light. It is coming to light. And with that being said, watch the weather. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan always says, watch the weather. You see what's going on in the Midwest? They got a snowstorm. Watch the weather. Devils will go to any length to destroy us. They sure will. But see, they know that their time is limited, so they got to pull out all punches. They know that their days are numbered, that their days of dominance on the earth is numbered. They know it. They know it. That's why they need gatekeepers. Like I said in my last video, they need gatekeepers that look like us, that have our melanin, to continue the legacy of white supremacy. They do. But boycott Netflix, hashtag boycott Netflix. This is sick. Do not support these devils. Do not give them one damn dollar. On that note, I'm gonna hop off of here. Thank you for the information. Thank y'all for chiming in. I appreciate that. But I'm gonna hop off of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Whatever you do, please, please, brothers and sisters, be safe. Beware and be aware. Satan is big, as we see in this video, what I've been talking about. Satan is busy now more than ever before. I love y'all. Continue to support my podcast, this YouTube channel. Um, Need the love and support. Our brother can't do it without you. Can't do without it. So please, please continue to support your brother. Please. Hit that like button, hit that share, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share button. Hit that share button. Hashtag boycott Netflix. Don't give these devils $1. Don't support them. Make this go viral and just spread the word. Till next time, y'all take care. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend. And I'm out. Peace and blessings, family. Assalamu alaikum.